They were supposed to declutter our streets by blurring the lines between pedestrians and motorists. They're called shared spaces, but they're being blamed for causing accidents. The idea was developed in the Netherlands in the 1970s, and it involves removing curbs, surface markings, crossings and signs. Joel Cox has been to meet a man who's petitioning the government to ban them after an accident on one of these roads.
Just north of Glasgow, this junction in the town of Kirkintilloch was redesigned a couple of years ago. But standing on the corner, Michael Pringle shows me why he'd like it changed back again. He lives nearby and comes through often.
When I do approach this area, I always try to make sure that the pedestrians are given priority. But as you can see from standing here, it's a bit of a Mexican standoff at times with drivers and pedestrians and drivers and other drivers.
What's missing from this junction is traffic lights. The curbs too are nearly gone. They blend into the road. It all looks a lot nicer, but it's not safe, says Michael.
The theory is that you make eye contact with the driver and you decide who's going to cross or who's going to drive. It's quite ambiguous because if you can't make eye contact with the driver or the driver's not familiar with the area, then it can be quite dangerous in my book. It becomes really problematic, particularly for blind and partially sighted people. They rely on being able to feel the distinction between the pavement and the road. Blind people can walk from the pavement to the road here without actually realising that they've wandered onto the road area.
But the thinking behind these shared spaces is that there's less guidance for the traffic, and then that makes them more careful. Are you saying that doesn't happen?
So the theory is that these spaces make the drivers more aware of what they're driving into and make them adjust their driving accordingly. But as we found out, to our cost, it only takes somebody not to be doing what they should be doing or not approaching these sorts of space in the manner that they should be, and you have absolutely horrific consequences.
Michael is referring to his son who died last year while on a family holiday in Jersey. The accident involved a shared space.
Clinton was 3 years old and he was approaching a park in St Helier in Jersey. He was with his mother and his aunt and his two cousins when they were approaching through what is a pedestrian walk-through area, but then joins a vehicular access road. It's actually no entry road except for access to the premises that are around the park, but people were using it basically as a cut-through. But the area, as you approach the pedestrianised area, the layout's the exact same, the visual layout is the same, so that doesn't change. And as Clinton was walking towards the park, a van came from behind and basically ran over the top of him without stopping, and he died a couple of days later in University Hospital Southampton after being flown there by air ambulance.
The driver of the van pleaded guilty to careless driving, receiving an 8-month suspended sentence and a driving ban.
I mean, I don't blame the road for Clinton's death, I blame the driver, but if the road had been a normal road layout, then his mother, his aunt and Clinton would have all have approached that area in a different manner. And even as the van drove towards him, his mum shouted on him to get out of the way. But Clinton didn't know where to run because there was no pavement for him to go back onto, so he didn't know where to go.
Although, as we speak, dozens of people have used the crossing safely, both on foot and in cars, the people of Kirkintilloch still appear divided over its innovative junction.
Well, I usually get the bus to work. The wife uses the car. She goes the other way just to avoid this area. And everybody's talking about it on the bus when I'm going to work, like how bad it is, you know what I mean? Look.
What are people saying on the bus?
Well, they're just saying it's a nightmare. It's an accident waiting to happen.
I think they're fine. I've driven a car across, a motorcycle across and walked across. And if you always make sure there's space, there's absolutely no problem at all. And it's not this junction that hits people, it's cars that hit people or people that walk into cars.
The junction is definitely a talking point. As I stand there, I spot someone excitedly pointing his camera in the direction of the junction.
This would never happen where I come from. It's unbelievable. It's a joke.
You're here taking photos of it?
I'm taking a video and photos. I'm going to show it to my retired co-workers. They're not going to believe this. I was a policeman in Ottawa for 33 years. I've been to over 2,000 motor vehicle accidents, and it's an accident waiting to happen. Pedestrian will get killed here before Christmas, guaranteed. Look at this. Oh my God.
The campaign to halt the use of shared spaces continued on Tuesday when Michael delivered a petition to Downing Street. He believes what was supposed to be a vision of a prettier, kinder, more European road system is bound to have unintended consequences.
People think these shared spaces look good. The aesthetics are probably why they're put in place as well. It's a way to look, but when you go to a hospital and you look at your son, a small innocent child fighting for his life in hospital, then there's nothing good looking about that.
Michael Pringle talking to Joel Cox. We asked the Department for Transport to come onto the programme, but they declined, instead sending us a statement saying, "Our thoughts are with the family of Clinton Pringle. Protecting pedestrians and all road users is our top priority. The needs of the whole community, including all vulnerable road users, need to be considered by councils looking to introduce shared spaces."